Long ago, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, the Buddha walked among the people, offering wisdom to those who sought it. His presence was like the gentle flow of a river, calm, unwavering, and refreshing to all who approached. But not everyone who came to him did so with an open heart. One day, as the Buddha sat beneath the shade of a great banyan tree, sharing his teachings with a group of disciples, a man stormed toward him. His face was contorted with fury, his fists clenched as he pushed through the gathered crowd. "You are a fraud," the man shouted, his voice sharp like a blade. "You walk around acting enlightened, deceiving people with your meaningless words. You are nothing but a beggar, living off the kindness of fools." The crowd gasped. Some disciples bristled at the insult, their hands tightening into fists, ready to defend their teacher. But the Buddha remained still, his expression untouched by the man's anger. He did not frown, nor did he react with displeasure. Instead, he gazed at the man with the same serene kindness he offered to all beings. For a moment, silence filled the air. The angry man stood waiting, expecting an argument, a defense, perhaps even a rebuke. But the Buddha only smiled gently and spoke in a voice as calm as the wind through the trees. "If someone offers you a gift," the Buddha said, "and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man furrowed his brow, thrown off by the unexpected question. "Well, if I do not accept it, then it still belongs to the one who offered it." The Buddha nodded. "And so it is with your anger. You offer it to me, but I do not accept it. It remains yours to carry." The man stood frozen, his breath still heavy from his outburst. He had come prepared for a fight, expecting to trade insults, to argue, to provoke a reaction. Instead, he found himself holding something he no longer knew what to do with, his own anger, reflected back at him, untouched by the Buddha's peace. For years, he had nurtured his temper, believing it made him strong, gave him power over others. But now, in this moment of stillness, he saw the truth: his anger had never harmed anyone as much as it had harmed himself. His fists unclenched. His shoulders relaxed. For the first time in a long time, he felt the weight of the emotions he had been carrying. And in that same moment, he realized he had the power to let them go. Looking into the Buddha's eyes, he saw no judgment, no condemnation, only understanding. Slowly, the man lowered his head. "I have been a fool," he murmured. Buddha's smile remained as gentle as ever. "Anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent to throw it at another," he said. "But in the end, it is you who is burned. Let go, and you will find peace." The man closed his eyes and took a deep breath. When he exhaled, it felt as though a storm within him had finally settled. Without another word, he bowed deeply and walked away, not in shame, but in quiet contemplation. The disciples, who had been watching in awe, turned to their teacher. One of them spoke. "Master, how could you remain so calm when faced with such hatred?" The Buddha looked at his disciple and said, "If someone brings you a gift of anger and you do not take it, who then does it belong to?" Understanding dawned upon them. And so, in that peaceful moment beneath the banyan tree, they learned a lesson not through words alone, but through the stillness of one who had mastered himself. As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, the village remained unchanged. Yet, for one man, and for those who had witnessed this exchange, the world would never be quite the same again. For in the heart of stillness, true wisdom is found.